Hi guys, this is Allison Pryor with our Flowers in a Vase acrylic painting. And I put out a preview of just a close-up of all the flowers, so I don't need to do that now. And as you can see, I am surrounded by flowers that, to inspire me and help me, because these are all the paintings that I did before. So that's the painting we're going to do. And I'm going to take that away and so we can start. And what I did was I took my canvas and I taped it off around here so that we can do this nice little border. See that nice little border here? We'll do that border by taping that off with some painter's tape. That's all it is. And so we'll take that down out of the way. And what we'll do first of all is, because we're going to have a little table for our vase to sit on, I'm just going to take a bit of tape and I am going to figure out where I want my table. So I figure here is good. Now, that's where our table will sit, and we have lots of room for our flowers. So now all I want you to do is, I got my my paints, my sap green, and I got cad red, cad yellow, and burnt umber and some white, and I got some really nice brushes for painting flowers. These are really nice sable brushes, and yeah, so that's marvelous. And I also have a bristle brush, there we go, that's for pouncing, and that's it. And I have 2 jugs of water so that I can clean up my brushes and use one for brushes and one for cleaning. So now we're going to get started, and you can have a background, any kind of background you want. You can have, I got a green background here, and that's where the table is going to be, okay? And I got a greenish background. You can have any color as long as the colors match what the flowers are going to be, because the complementary color of the reds and pinks and those is green, so that's why I picked green for the complementary colors, so that all the colors will be complement to each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dampen my big bristle brush, and I just dampened it in some water and I tapped it off in my tissue so it won't be running. And then I'm just going to tap into some sap green and just tap it up here in the corner. Tap, 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 tap. There we go. Tap, tap, tap. Now I'm tapping because it gives you texture. Now you can just wipe it on if you like, but I like this, I like the way this turns out. So now I'm going to dip in some yellow, some cad yellow, and I'm going to tap, 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 tap it all in. Good. Wipe off your brush if it's too wet. So if it gets too wet, then it'll make it like you can see through it, like transparent. So tap, 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 tap. You can do 2 coats of this if you feel that you need it. Okay? So we lighten it up. I'm going to go into some white. Now you can go back and forth with whatever colors you want. Alright? I find that if the colors are transparent, I have to add a little bit of white just to get it to thicken up a little bit. Now I'll go back over that corner. I want the corners dark, the top 2 corners dark, and I want the center a bit lighter so that'll be a light source there, so it'll brighten it up. And so let's add a little bit of red. So whatever colors you want, just tap, 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 just to darken that corner up a little bit. And so whatever colors you want, I'm going to add some yellow in the center here and a bit of white. I'm just going back and forth, as you can see, and I'm just tapping. Tap, 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 tap. There we go. See, isn't that cool? So get some more sap green over here in the corner. Tap, 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 tap. There we go. So if I get this video done, this first video, lesson 1, today, then hopefully I can get the rest of these videos done shortly. So yes, I'll really work hard to get this done for you, because I know it's a pretty painting, and there's not a big lot of videos up on flowers. There's lots of them, but not a lot for flowers in a vase with like random flowers. So I thought this would be a cute little video, and I hope it helps you. So I'm just going to tap, 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 tap. There we go, and some more sap green, whatever colors you want. You can put in red, blue, but see how it's all getting mottled there, and how it's all being textured and given different pretty colors. Isn't that cool? Okay, so just keep tapping on your colors. Tap, 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 until you're happy. You want to lighten it up, just add some white. Add some yellow. Let's keep the center a little bit brighter. Alright, some white. Wherever you want the light, then just put more white in there. Make sure the colors, the corners are a bit dark. That'll make it really nice. It'll bring the eye to the center of your painting, because the corners will be dark, and then you'll be focusing on the center because it'll be lighter. And we'll also do the table now soon. So I'm just going to keep tapping on my greens. I'm probably going to make it a little bit dark down here. I'm just trying to make some decisions. You have to make decisions. You'll be making all kinds of decisions when you're painting. You decide where you're putting your light, and what colors you're going to use, and what colors complement each other, and you have to learn all that. But have fun while you're doing it. You know, don't let it stop you if you're not sure what to do, and you don't let anybody tell you what you're doing is wrong, or you know, because you have to learn all that on your own. And if you you know, lots of videos out there to help you, and there's, I guess, art schools and all kinds of things to help you. So as long as you're learning and trying and picking things up as you go along, that's the main thing. And as long as you're having lots of fun, that's the biggest thing. So now you're going to do that whatever way you want. Okay, so put some more light over here. I don't want it to be too dull or too dark. More light over here. Maybe a little more yellow. I'm just experimenting now too, so you guys go ahead and have some fun. Just tap, 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 tap. So I'm going to leave that. That's fine, because when my flowers go on there, it's going to really brighten up nice. So I'll put my brush back in the water, and while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to take my tape off. There we go. Take my tape off. And I'm going to show you how to do the table. So the table with a flat, soft, it's not soft, it springs back. As long as it springs back, sable, and it springs back, it's so nice. Then it's a good, very good oil or acrylic painting brush. Yeah, so let's take that table. Now what I want you to do is take some burnt umber. It can be any brown. Now don't panic if you don't have all these colors on hand. Just use any green, any yellow, red, brown, as long as it's acrylic paint. You can't use the oil because it'll get too confusing. So I have my brown paint, and I'm going to dip my brush in some water, and my brush is dripping, see that? So I'm going to put that back in here and make my brown transparent. I'm going to add a bit of red to that to give it a cherry wood look. Add a bit of your red paint, give it a cherry wood look, and make sure you can see through a little bit. And just pick it up the way you want and just go across here. Now make sure you go across this way. Okay, I probably don't have enough paint, that's okay. So I'll put more brown and red in my there, and I'm going to add more water so we can get it to move, okay? So we'll go across here, and if you go straight across, that will hopefully give you some lines. Alright, so we just keep going back and forth with our paint. Pick up a little more brown if you want to. It's up to you how dark you want it. But that's a cherry wood. Okay? So keep doing. If you have to add more water, that's fine. Just to get it to move. I don't want to spend the whole day trying to do the table. Because you know, sometimes when you do these videos, things can go wrong. But you want to continue on without. So I'm going to add more brown and more red. I'm just doing it haphazardly. I'm not worrying about, you know, if the color is exactly the way I had mixed it before. Okay, so just go on there with your your red cherry wood table. Dip into water. Just get your colors together and put it on. There we go. There we go. So as soon as you get all that on there, there we go. And we will go into that line as close to it as you can get. It's nice. Well, there's going to be a vase there, so if you go up over the line a little bit, you won't notice it. As a matter of fact, we probably will go up over the line on purpose in a minute. Back and forth. There we go. Nice cherry wood. Now, as you get down here to the bottom, let's just use the burnt umber and go across just to darken up the bottom there, make it look like the end of the table. That may have to happen after it dries. We'll probably do that after it dries. I can't get it to darken up there now. So we'll wait for that to dry and we'll put the bottom of the table on, okay? Now, so you can do whatever you want to do to improve that. Have some fun with it. Take your time. Put me on pause and work on this. Work on your background. Work on your table till you're happy. And good. I'm going to try something. Sometimes I like to experiment. It might go wrong. It might not. I don't know. I'm just going to scrub in the background here into the green a little bit. Just give it a shadowy look. That's all. Just going to bring those two lines together. Good. Not even going to worry about it. Just going to go back over here to get the cherry wood effect of my table. Okay. Now you can have that as dark or as light as you want. You can play with it till you're happier. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to take off the tape on the back there, and we'll get started on that nice little trim here. How's that? While we're waiting for this to dry. Now you can go dry that with a hair dryer and continue on different things, but I'm going to take the tape off. Now you'll get some bleeding. That's normal. And you can just paint over that with some white after. See how you get some bleeding? That's okay. Don't panic. The main thing is not to panic, no matter what. One beautiful thing about painting and acrylic paint and anything really, you can fix it. You can always go over different things and fix them. So, you know, and it's all experimenting and having fun. So, whoops. Oh, blooper. It's okay. I'm not worried too much. Okay, so bloopers. I got bloopers already. Alright, so I'm going to take my brush and dry it off and just go over that a little bit. There we go. See? An easy fix. I know you don't want to be tormented by it, because once you get it done, you don't want to be fooling around. But you know something? It's all learning. So this here is going to be the frame. I'm just going to put a bit of white there where I made that blooper. No big deal. I just want to show you that you can fix it, okay? And look, you can fix your bleeding. I know, under the tape, that's what they call it. So I want to say it because if you hear it in an art class and they say, okay, you have some bleeding under your tape, you'll be like, oh wow, did I cut my finger? At least you'll know what they're talking about. So I hope to use some terms that in case you decide to go to an art school and they're talking art terms, then you'll say, oh yes, I've heard that before. So now what we're going to do is take our long liner brush, get a liner brush, and or a skinny black brush, but the long liner brush is better. So I got a liner brush here. It's nice and long. I got a smaller one there in case you need it. So I'm just going to take that and I'm going to run it through some of my green, some of my yellow. And I'm just going to take that and touch and make these nice squiggly, you can even make a little circle. Go down. Make sure your brush is nice and wet. Oops, I put right on that by accident. Okay, so yeah, so make those nice long squiggly lines, and make sure your brush is nice and wet so that it'll move. Okay, so just make those good. Make them any way you want, just as long as they're long and skinny. Ooh, here we go. I need more water, as you can see. See, you need more water. So when I put my brush in water, I didn't wipe it off. I just put it right into the paint. I'm just making these nice little lines. Some of them are coming out a little funny, but that's okay. So here we go. Make some nice little background lines for your little flowers we're going to put on it. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave that because that's enough for you to get started. We'll come back and do our flowers on our nice little frame. And you practice this, and if you got any questions, email me at allisonprior@yahoo.com or leave a message or comment, and I will definitely help you out. So practice this much first to get that started, and then we'll come back and do some more little flowers here, and we'll start working on the table and put in the vase. Some of these little flowers around our border, and then we're going to darken up this part of the table. So let's see what we can do today. Now, I got some burnt umber and sap green and cad yellow, cad red, ultramarine blue, and a bit of black and some white. So you see, these are tube paints. See how they don't run? So these are nice and thick. So you're going to get yourself, I got some brushes here. These little brushes are nice for flowers. And these are the stable brushes I was telling you about. And they're flat and they're chiseled and they're great for flowers. So get yourself a handful of those and some nice little heel and toe, I call it, brush. So let's see now what we can do. Let's take our little brush that I showed you right here. Okay, now all you got to do is run your brush, make sure it's damp, run your brush through the green on one side, even though it's round, just pretend there's two sides, and flip it around and run it through the yellow. Now, with the green side down, just tap on some of your flowers wherever you want them. So just touch. Let me see if I can show you this nice and close. Green side down, touch. Touch on either side, and then you get a little flower, something like that. And just touch. And I'm going to put some more paint on there. So just, when you run out of paint, it's not much you can do then. So just get more green and more yellow, maybe a bit of red for a bit of fun. And just touch, 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 touch. You got all these little flowers. You can put them wherever you want. It's okay. It's your painting. You do whatever you want. Touch, touch. Wherever you want them, just touch. That's all you have to do is touch side by side. If you want little ones, just put a little tap. Just tap. So, more green, more yellow, more red, even blue. Let's go with some blue too. Let's see. Let's just touch, 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 touch. Some pretty little flowers there. You see that? Touch. Oops, sorry, another blooper. I keep making bloopers. Okay, get some white and some red and some blue and some yellow. Just pull it through. See what colors come out for a bit of fun. Touch. Nice little flowers everywhere. So that's all you have to do. So put those little flowers on the side there. I should fix this one up a little bit. Okay. So all I'm doing is touch, touch. Dipping into some different color paints. Touch. There we go. So you can put them wherever you want. on that a nice border that you made with the nice those nice little strings of whatever you want to call them. Okay, here we go. I'm just touching, not doing very much of anything. Just pulling through. If I don't like what I see, I'll add some white just to brighten it up a little bit. Almost got a butterfly there. I'm surrounded by flowers. Just like to have some inspiration. These are flowers I have in my house. You can get real flowers out of your garden if you like, and then you can use them as an inspiration. And you can look at some flowers in books and all kinds of places and paint them. When you get some tips from me today, then you can hopefully paint flowers a little easier, and then you'll be able to go and paint the ones that are in your garden. So we're just going to do these little flowers here. So put on as many as you want. Put them where you want, and then we'll just have those nice little flowers on there. There we go. So I'm just putting on a little bit of white, a little bit of whatever I want. Okay, I'm just going to leave that. I don't want to spend a lot of time at it because we have so much to do. So what I'm going to do next, after you get that done, then we're going to darken up the bottom of the table here just to make it look like there's a bottom there. So just get a flat brush, flat sable, okay, no bristle brush. I don't think you're not going to need a bristle brush anymore now because these are nice flowers. You're just going to be using sable brushes, okay? So I'm going to take some of my brown and I'm going to take some black so I can really darken up that bottom. I might even add a small bit of red. Okay, so let's really darken up. Now you have to have a steady hand or you can put tape on it, but right now for the video I'm just going to put this on as best I can, and it's just going to be the bottom of your table. Okay, there we go, just the bottom of your table. Just go across over. Now you got a nice flat brush, so that should bring up a nice little edge there. If you have tape on it, it'll make it much better for you. Okay, so here we go. So just keep putting on the paint until you get as dark as you want. Reload your brush many times, however many times you have to get that paint to move. Good. Good, good, good. Okay. So I'll let that dry a little bit there in case I want to do some other things with it. And the next thing we're going to do is the vase. So the vase, you can use chalk or you can use a pencil. And we're going to draw it on. You can draw it on paper first and then transfer your drawing to your canvas. Okay. So I'm just going to draw it on and hope for the best. Some people can't draw a straight line like they tell me. So I would suggest that you look at different vases and decide what you want. Even if you have to print one off on your computer and then just trace the outline. But if you can draw it yourself, go ahead and draw it on a piece of paper and you still can transfer it over to your canvas. Okay, good. Now, let's see. I'm just going to use, maybe I should use chalk because you won't be able to see it if I use a pencil. So you go ahead and use whatever you want that works for you. Okay? So here's how we can do this. We can draw on our, I drew it out a couple of times and made a mess. But anyway, so as you can see, I was trying to get it right. So I still may not get it perfect, but I'm going to try. So it won't be perfect, but it'll, when you start painting, it'll bring it to life. So what I'm going to do is sit that here for a minute, and I'm going to try and get how far up it is. It's probably around here is a small little line, and the bottom is around here. Okay, so the bottom and the top, I'm going to make the top part smaller, make a little smile for the top part of the vase, and a bigger smile, and put a line down the middle, That way you can tell if it's too big on one side, okay? That line down the middle will help you get it nice and equal on both sides. So there we go, it's a bit better. A little bit of a smile. All right. Now we're going to try and get that shape as best we can. So I'm just going to come down here, and I'm going to come down to meet that line, and I'm going to round it off. There we go. I'm going to come down, come down, come down, and round it off. There we go. So that makes it a little more even on either side because of that line in the middle. Good. Well, I'm not even going to worry about that. I'm going to just paint over that. So what we're going to do, we're going to paint that first with some white. Let's paint it with white first so that we can... That's a noisy one, that one. Okay, so we got a clean, flat brush. Whatever brush works for you, you know, as long as it's a nice sable brush. It's a nice brush. It bounces back, springs back, so it's not going to bend over. So take some white paint. Dip into your white paint and paint it white. Now you can paint your vase any color you want. You can have any shape vase, any color vase, whatever you want. Okay, you don't have, if you don't like this one, I just put a vase there because I thought it was an easy vase to do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it all in white. And when I paint it all in white, then we're going to go over it with a glaze. Let's see if we can do that. So just try and shape up your vase the best way you can. You got some white going on here. There we go. Shape it up the best way you can. I'm using the chiseled edge of the brush there to get the edge. That's the chiseled edge. See, I'm turning my brush vertically. This is horizontal and this is vertical. And here we go. So let's go down, and now we can turn it horizontal again to get the center, and vertical to get the edge. Perfect. So we're getting close. There we go. If you make any mistakes or you go outside the lines or anything, don't worry too much. We can always fix it up. You can always put a flower there if there's something really off, okay? So what we'll do now is we will take our blue with, let's see, probably we'll take a little bit, tiniest bit of blue, hardly anything at all, and a little bit of red. And we are going to add some water to that because we want to make it see-through. We're just going to do a little glaze, that's all. I'll just add a little bit of, makes a mess on your, so it'd be better if you had a little separate cup for this. That way you wouldn't mess up your palette. Okay, so yeah, use a separate cup if you got one there, or a separate something, and put some water in it. Now as long as you can see through this, we'll be fine. Okay, so if you had to add more water, you can go ahead and add more water. So this might be a little wet. It'd be nice if that was dry. So if it's not dry, then you can chalk on there. Look, chalk. So it'd be better for it to be dry, because you'll see it'll probably blend in with it. There we go. So if you can, let it dry. If you don't have the patience to let it dry, just put it over what you got done. And this will be a little glaze to go over to change the color a little bit. So then we'll just take a little bit of our glaze and darken it up with a small bit of blue. Small bit of blue, so we can add some shadow on the corner here. Good. Just a little. Just pull that into the vase. This is just a little bit of a hard. You could easily take any color and just go over your vase with any color and have a solid color, and that way then it won't be so hard for you if you're not used to this. But I just want you to learn, you know, how to glaze and how to do things. Just always trying to add a few extras for you, because as I do more videos, some of you guys are are looking at a lot of my videos. So by the time you get to this one, you might be more experienced and you want a bit of a challenge. So I'm just going to put that glaze on, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of white to the center, and we can do some more with that after. Okay, so I got some water on there. So if you want a little bit more blue, just pick up some more blue, just to give it a shadow color. If you need any more, just go ahead and add a little more shadow on the side. The darker it is on the side, then it will make it more round looking. Okay, so I'm just going to have some shadow in here. So I'm just going to put on some blue like this. I'm just scraping it over it. Now, every time you do a glaze, yes, it should be dry, but I don't want to waste your time waiting for me to dry that, so I'll just give you the instructions, okay? So what you're going to do now is put a little pattern on there. Put your little pattern on there, and like a little pattern, something like this. You know, look around your house. You might have a vase. These vases are, some have flowers on them, and some have different. But I'm just gonna put some little. Let's see, little shapes. I'm going to take this, I'm just going to squiggle. Just going to move my brush around like this. That's all. I'm just going to put on some little designs. So you can just put on whatever design you want. Like I said, you can have a look at some pictures. And I'm going to all I'm doing is squiggle, squiggle. See, I'm just moving my brush around. I'm not doing much of anything. And I'm leaving some of the vase to show through. I might just come a little darker down here. Just squiggle around your lines. Okay, good. And you can come right across. And there we go. So you go right across with some squiggly lines. And then we're going to do one on the side. There we go. So you do them all over the place until you get what you're looking for. And then you might want one in the middle that just comes up and around. Up, up, up. Move your hand so that it wiggles around. Now, see? And that's pretty simple. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a few more little dots and stuff here. Just to give it some, I don't know, just some nice little designs. Okay, so I'm not going to be too fussy. You guys be fussy. Never mind me not being fussy. You be fussy. This is your painting and you want to do a good job. So you be fussy. And you look up, and what I want you to do for homework, how's this? You do your vase and you look it up. Different pictures of these kind of vases or any kind of vase you want. And have a look at the patterns, and then you can go by that. And that will help you make up your own pattern. So right now I'm using my liner brush, and I'm just bringing on some of these nice little straight lines. Yep, you just dip into your, you just run your brush through your blue and a little bit of water, and then you can make some nice little squiggly lines. Okay? The thinner the better, so try not to push on your brush too much. And just make some of those lines. There we go. Okay, good. So that's just a little quick design. It's nothing spectacular, but you might come up with something better. But I wanted to show you that anyway. I thought it was fun. I thought that was fun. So hopefully you do too. So we got to put a little base on here. We'll put a little base on here. So you can just take that flat chiseled brush and run it through your blue, dark blue, and just put on a base. Just right in the middle of the vase, just pull over. We will also be putting on some highlight there. So just pull over your vase. You can have any kind of bottom that you want. It can be fancy. So I'm just putting something there just to show you. So you can have, yeah, you can have a fancy bottom if you want. Or you can have just a plain old bottom like I got there. Okay, and you can use your finger to fix it up if you have to. Now, Next, we are going to make some background leaves so that we can make our flowers. So when we put the background leaves on, then I'm going to go and I'm going to let you play with lesson 2, and I want you to do that, and then I'll come back and then we'll put the flowers on and we'll do some touches. So we should have this done in probably four or five lessons, maybe less. I'll do my best to get as much in as I can. So right now you wet your brush. Okay, and the brush you're going to use for this is your flat chisel brush for now, okay, nice and chiseled. And you're going to go into your green paint, green on one side and yellow on the other. Okay, so green and yellow. And then you are going to make some background. Actually, I was fooling around with this and all these lines is what I was doing. So you come out here and you draw, you make a line and you pull it up, and you're going to have your flowers. So we're going to have our flowers. We're going to decide, these are where our flowers are going to sit. So you can make many of those lines as you want, okay? So we can have one coming up here, one coming out here, one coming out here. So you're using the chiseled edge of your brush, alright? This chiseled edge of your brush. And you got another one coming out here, maybe another one up here, and maybe one down here, falling over, and maybe one falling over here. We will be touching these up again after. And then maybe another one here, coming down over here. And I'm going to add more green. Maybe there's one coming out here and down over, out around a table. Fill out around a table. Just put them out there. Don't have to be anything fancy. Just get your lines on there, okay? So that's all you have to do. Put as many as you want, alright? Alright. And then you are going to, let's have a look at our picture. Okay, so we got them all over the place. So let's take some more up here. Pull it out. Now you don't have to make it fat like that. Okay, that's just where my brush went. But most of the ones we're doing now are just little tiny ones. So just make your brush chiseled and just bring out some more. Out, 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 out. I hope you can see it. Out. And out. And out. And everywhere. Let's put them everywhere. So just bring out the lines. Bring out your lines. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to transfer to a nice long brush, a long liner brush, and pull through my yellow and green, and I'm just going to bring out some nice little tiny lines, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to add some blue to that just because it's so light, and see if I can darken up so you can see it. That's a bit better there. So these little tiny ones. So we're going to be putting flowers everywhere. Everywhere. Because I wanted to do a random flowers, because you don't have to have these many flowers in your painting. These are just flowers for you to choose from to show you some techniques. And you can take some of these flowers and put them in your painting. So let's just make random. There we go. Now you can put in as many as you want. When I come back, we may put in a few more, because I got some, lots of places where I can put some more, and some tinier ones, and all kinds of good stuff. So you go ahead and practice this. Put in as many as you want for now, just the lines. No need to put anything else in. Concentrate on one thing at a time. So now what we're going to do now is we are going to put on some of the background leaves. Okay, put on some leaves. And that will help get us ready for our flowers. So I'm going to use just that flat brush again. You can do a lot with that little flat chiseled edge brush, sable. Okay, so load it up with some green on one side and yellow on the other, like we do. And just take it, and you're going to take it, and with the chiseled side, you're just going to touch and pull. Touch and pull. So just do lots of those leaves. Just have some fun. So put yellow on, green. You can even put on red. Oh, it doesn't matter. Just have some fun. Touch and pull. Touch and pull. So if you don't want them that big, just touch and pull. Gently, okay? Touch and pull back. Touch and pull back. Touch and pull back. So wherever you want them, okay? So just put them on there. And green and yellow, and I don't know, maybe I'll put some brown in there. I want to try anything. Touch and pull, touch and pull. There we go. Lots of. See how easy that is? Whoops, I did that backwards. So touch and pull in towards the vines, okay? Touch and pull in towards the vine. I'll have to darken them up a little bit with some browns and reds and yellows for you so you can see them. So we're going to touch and pull, touch and pull, touch and pull, touch and pull. So we'll make some small ones in a minute. But this is where we're starting with, you know, different sections of the painting, so to make it a bit easier for you. And so we'll just put the leaves on. Touch and pull in, touch and pull in, touch and pull in. Doesn't have to be anything spectacular. These leaves are going to be probably half covered up with flowers, but it's good practice for you to put some leaves on. Pull in, touch, pull in, touch, pull in, and touch, pull in towards the vines. All right. So keep putting on as many as you want. As many big ones as you want. Okay, some down here, some here. Touch and pull. Good. Keep going. Keep going. Have some fun. Touch and pull. This is fun, isn't it? I mean, you don't have to worry about it. Like, it's not hard. Just going to make it as easy as I can for you. Very easy. Touch and pull. Nothing fancy. No. Nothing too fancy. When we get to the flowers, I hope that I will be able to do some little fancy work for you so that you can follow along and touch and pull, all different colors. I'm just looking at my brush. Look, it's all full of all kinds of paint and different colors. Look, I didn't mix it together. I left it all marbleized, I guess you could call it. Touch and pull, touch and pull, touch and pull, touch and pull, wherever you want them. Like I said, we got to fill up the space. Touch and pull, down over the vase, down over the vase. Here we go. Good. So, touch and pull, and maybe just a few over here, coming off the vase. We'll probably put a little, vine in there. Touch and pull, maybe there's some on the table. Touch and pull. Now, I'm going to get another brush to show you what else you can do. Get some more of these. So I'm touching from inside and pulling out. But as long as I lift up, I'll get a nice little edge. But you're better off touching outside the vine and pulling in towards the vine, okay? And get some nice little shapes. So I'm going to do another brush now. So this brush here, I have a heel and toe. And it's a soft, not a soft, but a sable brush. And it's and it works pretty well for these. So I'm going to put yellow. I'm holding on to this painting, see, so I can get some ideas with you. Maybe I'll lay it here. I don't know if that will help. It'll probably fall down. Okay, just leave it there for now. So I'm going to put some yellow on my, oops, sorry, wrong. I'm going to put some yellow on my toe. So the toe is the tallest one, okay? And some green on my heel. So now I got green and yellow. All right, so Now you're just going to do the same thing. The heel up, touch and pull, touch and pull, touch and pull, touch. These will be the smaller leaves, okay? So reload all the time, whenever, as much paint as you need. Touch and pull, touch and pull. More paint, more paint. I'm dipping into red and brown and yellow and all kinds of good stuff. Touch and pull, touch and pull. Every time I do one, I have to reload, so you may have to do the same thing, okay? So put in as many as you want. I want to fill this up, because when we put our flowers over, we want them sticking out everywhere. Good. Let's keep doing that for a little while. And maybe I'm going to add a little bit of white to the bottom of my heel. I think, see what happens. Just see what happens. I like to experiment and have some fun. I don't like too many rules. I like my own rules. My rule is to have fun. Enjoy it. Enjoy the process. Yes, that's nice. Touch and pull, touch and pull, touch and pull. Any dark ones that you can't see, just put them in. Some yellow on the toe. Alright, I'm going to pull in some more down here because it didn't show up very well. I'm just touching and pulling now, that's all I'm doing. Touch and pull towards wherever the vine is, or we'll put some vines in after. We don't have any, we'll put them in after. So touch and pull. And let's put some down here. So the toe will be sticking out and the heel will be laying down. So there's the toe, like that, and then the heel is in the back. So I'm touching and pull. Touch and pull. And that's that for now. Okay, and now let's get let's see. Let's take our heel and toe while we still have it out. Alright, we'll put on a few small flowers first, and then we'll come back and do the bigger flowers. So I don't think it's going to take us too long to do this painting. So just clean off your heel toe brush. And let's take, let's see, how about some blue on the bottom of our, on the toe, and how about some white on the heel? I'm sorry, I got it backwards. Blue on the heel, white on the toe. All right, I hope I don't confuse you too much. Let's just put in a couple of nice little, they're not really, they're probably the beginning of some tulips. So let's just take our brush and touch and pull back like we just did with the leaves, but you're making more of a round, almost like you want to make a smile. And then you're going to do another one on the other side, like that. So touch and pull back towards each other. Whoops. And then you can put one in the middle if you like. Then you get a little flower. Okay, so do another one wherever you want it. So let's do one. I like to get a brighter one. Let's take the blue and add some white to it. And put that on the bottom, on the heel, and white on the toe. And then we'll put another one, maybe over here. Touch and pull towards the stem. And touch on the other side and pull towards each other. And you have another nice little flower. Now you can make tons of them. You can make small ones, just a little touch on one side and touch on the other. Pull towards each other, okay? Just pull towards each other. You can make a couple more, wherever you want to make them. Touch and pull in, touch and pull in. So once you get one technique like leaves, then you make all kinds of flowers. Alright, so we'll make some, let's see. Let's do, take your small, and I'll do a couple more of these, and I'm going to let you go, and then I'm going to hopefully get, I hope to get this done today. If I don't, it'll be tomorrow. And by the time you watch this a few months from now or whatever, it'll be all done. So everything I say is going to be useless. So I'm just saying for people who are watching it right now that it's one of those days. So here we go. Blue on one side and white on the other, the little tiny brush that we did. And we're just going to touch wherever you want. Touch, touch. Make some little small flowers first. white on one side, blue on the other, and just tap in some smaller flowers. They're going to be in the background. These are your background flowers. I call them fillers. They fill in for the big flowers. I just fill in. Okay, so you do a few of those. You can put in red and yellow. Some red and yellow ones. Just touch and touch. The yellow didn't come off, so you put some more yellow. Just touch and touch. Doesn't want to work. It will work. Watch. Touch and touch. Do another one anywhere else. Touch and touch. These flowers can be just floating around. We can add stems to them later. They don't have to be on stems right now. We can always put the stems on after. They can be floating around anywhere. They're your filler flowers. So that I can, let's clean up the bottom of this vase here. Put a little bit of a highlight here to make it look like a reflection, and clean up this edge here. So I'm just going to get a flat brush. This brush here that I was talking about, heel and toe, that's called an angular brush. Okay. And I have a little tattoo that I had done, but it's after getting faded now. That's a rose. So, as you can see, I love flowers. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean up this little bit down here, just so that it can look like it's part of the vase. I'm just going to put a little bit of white over that, just a little bit, just to give it a bottom. That's all. Simple as that. And then I'm going to take some, I think maybe, I better clean up that edge here because I got chalk on it. So I will clean it up with a dark brown just to get it back to the way it was. Okay, so let's get that done. And when we get that done, I want to put a little bit of a highlight on that edge there, probably with a little bit of yellow. Just a little bit of yellow, just to give it like the light must be coming in and shining on the table. Just a little bit of an edge. There we go, just a little bit. And down here you can put a little bit of that yellow here, just to give it, like there's a highlight here. So I'm just going to dip into a little bit of white and a little bit of yellow, I think, just to brighten it up a little bit. I'm just going to bring over a little bit of highlight, just to show, just going to blend it a little bit with my hand, just to show there's a little reflection here from the vase. Okay, so I might need a little more white. I'll do that after. So now we're going to do some more flowers. Now let's do some more of these smaller little flowers, the fillers, just to get a few more fillers in there. So just use, and let's go ahead and use our angular brush, heel and toe. And what we'll do is we'll put maybe some red on the heel and some yellow on the toe, and we'll pull in some of these nice little fillers. You might want to add a little white to that yellow. I find the yellow is a little bit transparent, so we'll just pick some spots. So just touch and pull back, touch and pull back towards each other. So I'll get a close-up of that for you. So just take your angular brush with the heel down and the toe up. You're right-handed, so I might be teaching to you backwards, so if you're right-handed. So just touch and pull back, and then touch and pull back towards the one you already did. And you get a nice little flower, see? And you can use any colors that you want. There we go. So just these nice little flowers. There we go. Good. That's little tiny ones. You can do as many of those as you want. There we go. So now I'm going to show you how to use a nice tulip. Let's go with a nice little tulip. So take the this is the angular brush again. So take, let's see, white on the toe and red on the heel. Got lots of paint on there. Alright, let's see what we can do with this. Let's see, now I'm just going to keep this for a guide to help me. Even though I did it already, I do need to look at things when I need to. So we'll just pick a spot for our tulip. So we'll just take your brush, and instead of having your toe up, you're going to go with the horizontal. So you start out, so you just lay it flat, touch and pull. Alright, so you got that one done. And then you go on the other side, flip it around, and go on the other side. Now, that red came out awful transparent, didn't it? But you got that white in the center there, which is kind of nice. Reload your brush with a bit of white, and maybe take the red, add a little white to it to pink it up, and some white. Now do it again. Touch and pull, flip, touch and pull. So you can go over that a few times. You may need a second coat to make it nice. Alright. So then you can just put white on your toe and touch, and see, you'll get that white line there. Isn't that nice? You get that nice white line. Separate it. Alright, let's try another one. So I'm going to take my red paint. I'm going to mix it with some white to make it pink. So mix it with pink. Make a pink color. Pink. And that will thicken up the paint a bit for you. Put that on the heel. White on the toe. I didn't even clean my brush. We'll see what's going to happen now. So let's pick another spot. Maybe right here. So with the... It looks like that the white is on, like I'm left-handed, so you'll have to improvise. As long as the white is in the center, and touch and pull, and you make it towards, like you're coming in a smile, or whatever you want to call it. Reload your white, and again, pull towards that one. And reload with white, and come in a bit so they can meet. Flip, and there we go. Pretty little flower. That is so pretty. So now let's try to get some red paint. I'm going to clean my brush a little bit, just wiping it off with some tissue. And I am going to try a blue, so you can make these up as you go along. Blue and a little bit of red. So you got that, and I'm going to put down my brush, and then I'm going to put the white on my toe, and then I'm going to just make a small version of those tulips and just have touch and around, just touch. This time you're going to have your toe up and up, so you're going to have it vertical. So touch and around, and then go to the other side, touch and meet the other side. So it's another little flower. How's that? So if you're going to make the bigger tulips, your brush would be horizontal with the white side towards in. If you want to make this kind of flower, you put your toe up. And when you put your toe up, you touch and you pull, make a little curve, get some more paint. Make a little curve, and then flip and make another little curve towards that one if you want to make it a little different. There we go. So it's just a matter of you know, playing with your brush and seeing how you can make these flowers and different types of flowers, and just by moving your brush in different angles. Okay. Now I'm going to try something else. Alright, these flowers are busy. They make me busy. Alright, let's see. So if you need to put some more red in that flower, you can certainly go back over it again and do it again. Depends on what you want. Okay, we'll leave that one. Some of these flowers, you can add some extra white to it if you want to say you want to add a little bit of white on the edge here. You can do that. We can also make some blue, make a light purplish color, blue and some red, blue and some red, and we will make a center for a small rose for now. So let's make a small rose, I don't know, maybe right here. So just put that on there like that. There we go. That's all you need. Just tap that on. And then you're going to take the same brush and put some white on just the toe. Okay, I clean my brush off a little bit and put white on the toe. And then I'm just going to make this little smile. And I'm going to make another little smile meeting each other. And then I'm going to make a bigger smile and a bigger one. So that's a little rose there. So now you can also do one like this. You can take your purple color and put that on your heel or on the whole brush, it doesn't matter. And then we'll put the white on the toe, and then you're going to, with something like this one up here, but you're going to make it a little smaller, you're just going to take it anywhere you want. Let's go here and go around. Oops, that didn't work. Oh no, I'm in trouble. Okay, let's give that another shot. Around and around. Okay, that didn't work. So, you know, I'm always making bloopers, and I may not be able to, we leave that as a flower, that's pretty. So let's say we go around and around. And that make a little indication of a rose. You can always put little touch-ups on it there, like that. So these are just little round flowers, like rosebuds and things like that, that you can make. And we can make some bigger roses. Let's try a little bigger one over here. So I'm going to go around and around and around and around. There we go. So there's some simple little flowers there for you. And now let's make some different types of flowers. I'm going to clean my brush, and I'm going to take out, we'll be using the angular brush a lot, okay? So take some brown paint and let's make a spot where you want another flower. So let's say you want a flower right here. So just tap in your brown just to have a center. Clean your brush and come into, let's say, some pink on the heel and white on the toe. Alright, and on top, let's make touch and pull with the toe up, touch and pull, that's up over your brown center, that's up over, and then on the right, straight in, pull, on the left, straight in, pull, and on the bottom, reload if you got to, pull. Okay, so now we're going to fill in between those. So now you got that, and then you got another one in between that one, another one in between that one, another one in between those two, reload if you have to, and another one here. So the toe up and heel down, just pull towards the center. Good. And now some more white on your toe, and in between those, pull in, in between the ones you just did. Good, 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 and good. Now, that's a little flower that you have there. So we leave that there for now, and I'm going to clean up the center there. So I'm just going to get my little liner brush that I had there. And then what we'll do is we'll put some more brown in there. Some more brown in there. And then we will tap on some yellow. or white, whatever you can see. I'll put white in there so you can see it. Okay, there we go. Oh, 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 oh. Good. Now, that's that one. And what we can do to make it even prettier, I'm trying to accomplish something like this one here. So what you're going to do now is the same thing. Put some pink on your heel, or on the whole brush if it's easier for you, and some white on the toe. There we go. And now, everything that you did there now, just put a few shorter ones in. One, just touch, tap, touch, 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 touch. Like I say, I'm doing a video, so it's a little bit harder for me to get things to work, you know, the way it would be nice when I got lots of time to let things dry and all that good stuff. So I'm just going to show you these anyway, and hope that you can get some pretty flowers done. So you just put some smaller ones in, and then you can clean up your middle again. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll clean it up after. You can even go over that flower, those bigger flowers again if you want to. Just put the pink on, a bit of white, and you can highlight them a bit more if you want to, if they're not bright enough. Just go back over and do the same thing that you did. Right, so say you want to highlight it more, you just go back over the same flower and just get some more white in there, okay? So that's, try another one now. Let's try something else. Let's see. Let's try maybe something like this one here. So the same deal. It's all the same, you know, your heel toe, heel toe. So that one's a bit purpley, so I'm just going to add a bit of white to my purple color, brighten it up. Maybe make it a nice pinkish, purplish color. Whatever colors you want, it's up to you. So put all the color on your brush, and then the heel, and then the toe. Then you put the white on the toe. Okay. Got lots of paint on there, so I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm just going to pick a spot, let's say right here, and I'm just going to pull in, pull in, pull in. And you can make a center first if you want to, or you can just pull in towards the center. And then we'll put the center in after. Okay, so that needs more white, as you can see. Pull in, pull in, pull in. So once you get the hang of this little technique, you can make all kinds of flowers. So then we can take the edge of our brush, tap it into brown, and just tap it on flower if you want. And then you can take your brush and clean it, or use the little tiny liner brush, and then add some white to it. Okay, little white dots. Like I said, it's almost better when they dry, so I don't have time to do that now. So let's make a couple more flowers, and then I will probably let you go in a couple minutes, and then I will come back and we'll finish up what I'm going to do here. And then you can add as many flowers as you want, and as many different kinds of flowers that you want, whatever you want to do. So I think I'm going to try, let's try, how about this one here? That's orange. Orange it is. So add some red and yellow together. I'm still using my angular brush. Orange, add a bit of white, make an orangey color. And so leave that orangey color on your brush, and then put your toe into the white. Okay. There we go. And some white on the toe, and let's see what we can do. All right, let's try. Let's make our center first, so that we'll get a little organized here. Maybe we can put it here. I'm just putting them randomly. I'm not really, you know, you can make up your own composition. You can draw it all out first if you like. I'm just going to do this for you and have some fun. So I'm just going to pull, so there's your center, and just going to take one here, One to the right and one to the left. And your toe is out. Toe is out, okay? And then you're going to put some more paint on your toe and then pull in some more. So we'll pull them in between each other, something like you did with the other one. Okay. Pull in, pull in. Yep. Let's go. And keep pulling them in. And then go between each other again. Just touch and pull, touch and pull. Same as you do with your leaves, same as you do with your other flowers. It's all basically the same technique. Now there are many ways to do flowers. Many ways. You look up some videos on how to do flowers, and you know, so just take what you can and use what you can to make some flowers. And I'm trying to do it easy as I can for you, so that you can get started. And then you can do the more complicated ways with one-stroke painting, I think it's called. And so I got that little bit done. It's a little messy, but you know, this is just touch and pull in towards the center, and you can straighten that up. I can straighten it up after when and then you can put another smaller ones in here. Just tap them on. And I'm going to clean that one up after, because that didn't come out as nice as I would have liked it to. But that's the idea, right? Just I'm going to show you. It didn't come out like this. And but anyway, so you pull your oranges in, and then you have your center first, and then you pull some more smaller ones in. But you know, I'm going to try that another way now while I can. I'm going to try something else to make it. See if I can do this another way. Alright, I'm going to make my orange, and I'm going to make some red. So I'll make my orange first. Nice orangey color. And then I'm going to add some white to my red and yellow to brighten it up. Okay, so red and yellow. And some white to brighten it up. An orangey color. I like to get it more on the yellow side if I could, but I don't have all day, so I'm going to do what I can. So here we go. So what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to start over here, up here, and I'm going to just make a round base circle, okay? Out. So just make it an underpainting or the back of the flower or whatever you want to do. And just take that, fill it in, make it round. And then, if I could get that brighter, it'd be nice. There we go, a little bit better. And then what you're going to do is add a center. Just add a little center there, a little brown center. And then let's take our toe and put some white on our dirty brush. And let's take what we have there. We'll go over it again like this. Pull in, pull in. Okay, it's too wet. So sometimes you have to let it dry first before you can do more coats of paint. Alright, so trying to get this to come in, but it's having a hard time because it's so wet. Alright, so we'll just pull in some of these. We'll bring them up over here so we can get some shape. Oh, leaning over. And I'm just going to, I might come back to this one because might let it dry so we can get it done properly. Okay, so I might let this one dry and then I'll come back to it. But I'm going to show you one more, and then I will come back to that one and I will work on that one when it dries up. Okay, so just leave that one there for now. Let's try a nice red rose. So take some red, and we will add some blue to our red just to make a nice dark underpainting for our rose. And we'll probably put a nice big old rose right here. So let's take this and fill it in. Make our rose just by starting out like we did up there. Just pull out some edges. Pull out some edges. There we go. Just make sort of a shape. That's the center of the rose. Or I should say the background for the rose. Okay. And then we will take some white paint on our toe. And we will make two little lines kissing. And then we'll make a bigger line. You can turn it doesn't matter, you can turn it up or down, depends on what hand you are. And then make another one outside here, and another one on this side. Get some more paint. And on this side, get some more paint on your toes, on your toe. Put your toe side up. Some more, a bigger smile, and this one here needs more paint. We'll just go around, we go. Good, and then we'll just do a little edge here, just with a bit of white paint on our toe, and a little bit here on our toe. And we can always make some more up here and here. And that'll be the start of a rose for you. Okay, so you want to lighten that up a little bit, just go ahead and lighten it up. There we go, and then that's the start of a rose. So I got more flowers to show you, and I don't want to take up too much time in this one because we're almost finished. So I'd rather probably just do one more and then come back and do the baby's breath, and I think there's a black-eyed Susan there, and a few others, and then I'll then I'll let you go so you can finish your painting. So let's do one more flower. Which one did I say I was going to do? Let's do this one here, this little blue one. It's so simple, it's just the same. This time I'm going to change brushes so you can, so you can practice with different brushes. Just a flat brush. Maybe this size should be okay. Alright, square. And then we're just going to take some blue paint on the corner of our brush, on the edge of our brush, and we'll pick a spot where we want that flower. Maybe we'll put it, let's see, how about here? I know we're going over some of the ones we already did, but you'll make a decision on the way you want your composition, okay? So I'm adding some blue and white together to make a really bright blue color. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of blue. I think I'm just going to go into some blue and go into some white. I'll show you what I'm doing here now so you can see. So I'm going into some blue, some white. I'm not doing any particular. I'm just putting white and blue together and not totally mixing it, alright? Not totally mixing it, sort of. So now, there it is there. So now you're going to pull this. I'm not sure if this brush is too big. We'll find out. I'm going to touch and pull down. Let's make that brighter so you can see it. I'm going to touch and pull down. Nice big fat leaves. And when I pull down, and then I'm going to touch on the right and pull in, touch on the bottom, pull in, and touch on the left and pull in. And then you can get a little closer. Right, there we go. So that's that. And then you can also add a little bit of white to your corner of your brush and go back over and go back over again and want to brighten it up a little bit. Just touch the top, pull down, touch the top, pull down, top, and pull down. And you can also add a few smaller ones in the middle there. Just pull in a few little to fill in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another little rose probably here where I have this rose because it's in this painting. There's a lot of flowers in this painting, but I'm only going to do, you know, what I can for this video, okay? So then you can also take pictures and you can put as many flowers in as you want, or not even as many. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do another little rose, and I'm going to take some blue paint. I'm just going to use my flat sable brush for now, just to get the center done. So I'm going to take some blue, and I'm just going to put some blue in here. So let's put a rose right here. Alright. So we'll just put that right here, coming down on top of the red one. So here we are again. So I'm going to take my angular brush. I should call it the angular brush, not the heel toe brush, because you won't get used to all the technical terms for brushes. So there's your angular. So put some white, the blue on there, on your heel, and some white on the toe. Okay, so blue, you can put it on the whole brush if you want to make it easier, or you just put the heel and white on the toe. And then you're just going to do what we did down here, just a little kiss. So I call it a little kiss. That's just my term. And then I'm just going to put another one, a backward smile, if you want to call it that, and a forward smile. So make sure the white is on the inside. And then we'll just do another one maybe out here. And maybe another one over here. I'm just doing these. Lots of ways to make roses. This is just a way that I'm trying to do it to make it easy for you as a beginner. Alright, just to have some fun. Enjoy what you're doing so you can get started. Alright, because there's tons of ways to make beautiful roses, you know. There's some videos I've seen, and they're amazing. If you want to name it, some of the videos that I've seen that make beautiful flowers and all kinds of good stuff, you let me know and I'll give you all kinds of links that you want. Alright, anything that you want, I'll get it for you. So I'm just going to leave that as that. And the next thing I'm going to do is, let's see. How about a black-eyed Susan? And so all you got to do is tap the end of your brush with some brown paint. And just let's put that over here. And that's your center. And then we're going to just take our, let's take the same brush and put some yellow on the heel and white on the toe on our angular brush. Okay, and then we will just do the same thing. Bring in a line, yellow on one side and white on the other, on the heel and toe. So, and then another one underneath, and another one, like a windmill, isn't it? See, every time I get over this side where I'm at a funny angle, it looks funny, but you'll get my drift, hey. So let's get the yellow on the heel and the white on the toe, and we'll do that. Touch and pull in, touch and pull in, touch and pull in. Okay, some more yellow and some more white, and we'll go in between those and touch and pull in, 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 touch and... It's so easy, isn't it? Like once you get a technique and this brush, you can make all kinds of flowers, all kinds of them. Yeah, just by putting two colors on the one brush, and you have lots of fun. And just angle your brush whatever way you think will work for that flower. So I'm just going over it a little bit to lighten it up a little bit for you. Okay. Now, this flower up here is, I don't know about that one. What's this in? anyway, I'm going to take, you know what I'm going to take, just so I can show you? I'm going to take a Filbert brush. A Filbert. We haven't used a Filbert yet. That's a round. I don't want that. I want a Filbert. Here it is, I think. That looks good. It's a Filbert. See how it's rounded on the top there? That should work. So now what I'll do is I will take the Filbert and I will put some white on one side and some orange on the other side. Okay, so just to because that's dry now. So when it's dry, then you can work that way. So we'll put orange on one side of the brush and white on the other. Let's see how that works. I may not I'm gonna, because I need to go over that after making a mess. So I'm just going to go back over that again, and then I am going to fill it in properly. So let's just take the white now that's on the other side and fill up your brush again with white if you have to. And now you're going to take your white and your Filbert brush and just touch and pull, touch and pull, touch and pull, touch and pull, touch. See how it rounds off the top for you? See, that's what the Filbert brush does, gives you those nice edges onto your flower, see? So you just pull in your white and pull in, pull in, pull in, and pull in. Now I'm going to add some more white to this one here. So you go up over the line that you made so that it makes it nice and round, nice a round petal, see? There we go. Nice round petal. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take the Filbert with some white paint and you are going to clean your brush off a bit. Not too much, just so you get some orange back on there again and some white just on either side. So I'm just putting it on there. And white side down, I am going to touch underneath here, close to the center. Now if you go over the center, it's okay, because we can put another one in. Touch and touch and touch and touch and touch. Like I say, I got a bad angle here, so as long as you have some idea what I'm doing here. Touch, touch and touch and touch and touch. Now we might have lost the center, so we'll come out, get our little shapes in there, and we'll put our little brown in the middle. You can add some yellow to that. You can add some more highlights to the edges of the flower. Like I said, that flower is giving me a hard time, so I'm not going to be able to spend too much time on it. If I sat down and just did it, if I take me about an hour, probably just to do that flower, because it needs to get it. But if you can get a little technique like this, just paint it orange and then just take your Filbert brush and pull your petals in towards your center. Okay, so this one is giving me a little bit of a hard time, so I'm not going to keep working on it too much. I'll just leave it alone for now. Just going to clean up the edges here. Touch and pull. There we go. I'll just leave that for now. So what we can do now is I'm going to take, I'm going to do, let's see, how about some baby breath? So, okay, let's do that. So let's take some, now we're going to need a bristle brush. We'll need our bristle brush this time. And there's our bristle brush. I'm just going to open it up. Okay, and then I'm going to dip into some white. And I'm going to tap on some white baby's breath up here. And that's why I have these flowers here. so I could see what they look like. And they're only just little dabs of white. Okay, little dabs of white. And we'll do that. So let's just tap on a couple here. And oopsie daisies. Me and my bloopers. Okay, so there we go. We'll just put on some nice, so not too much paint. I just learned that I didn't tell you. Tap off your brush so that you don't have too much paint, and just tap on this, okay? And let's see now. So what we'll do is we'll make sure there's not too much paint on our brush, and we will tap on some of these baby breath. That's only just a matter of tapping on some white paint for now, and it makes it easier and quicker. Okay, there we go. So just tap them in between your flowers. Good. So that's pretty simple. All right. Now we are going to tap on a few more, and then you can have them wherever you want. Just tap them on there. Good. And then you can take a toothpick and just add, looks like there's little spots in there, little centers. So let's take some green, I guess, or whatever color you want. Just add some of these little centers onto your baby breath, okay? So just take a bit of green paint and tap in these little dots of paint to make it look like you have some baby breath, okay? And then get one there just to give it a boop. Okay, now I'm going to do another flower. I'm just going to do a couple more little. These are just fillers, so we don't want to, you know, we don't want to add too much. So I'm just going to add a couple more things. I'm going to add this other brush flower. Like, I'm not going to be able to put all the flowers on this because, but you can look at the picture, and by the time I'm finished showing you some of this, you should be able to figure some stuff out. So I just put a bit of blue and a bit of white in my brush, and I am going to tap on nice, oh, look at that nice flower. Okay, some of these nice little flowers that are just tapped on with the brush, just in between. You can put some red and blue together, and you can have some nice little flowers like that. See? So, you know, just tap on some. These can be called fillers. They don't have to be anything particular. Alright, there we go. Then you can add some white and have some nice soft little flowers floating around. Little flowers. And you can have one coming down like this, like a lilac. You can have one on this side too if you like. Okay, there's some lilacs. Losing my voice. And there's so many more that I could do, but you know something? I'm just going to finish this up now pretty soon. I'm going to show you something else. I'm going to take the long liner brush that we use, and we're going to make some stems to come into some of these. So go through green, and I'm going to use a little bit of blue to lighten it up, and some yellow, or darken it up. And I'm going to take whatever flowers are just floating around and give them stems, even some of these baby's breath, okay? So you just put some stems on there. Good. And then you just go through your green and your yellow and stem here. Now there's a lot more you can do with this. You can add all kinds of stems and little flowers and all kinds of things. You know, it depends how many flowers you want in there. And I will just do a couple more things here for you, and then you can take this and have some fun with it. Just have some fun. That's all. And you should be able to get some fairly nice, you should get some really nice, you should be able to get some really nice flowers and stems, all kinds of stuff. And then you can put some nice little, maybe with some green on one side and yellow on the other side, you can make some nice little, more little leaves, more leaves. Look, how simple. It's just touch. Touch and pull. Touch and pull. Touch and pull. Touch and pull. That's it. Or just even just touch. Just to get that there. So touch. And you can make some nice little flowers just by pulling. Probably take a flower. Let's see if I can find a spot. Just take the corner of your brush. Take your brush and just pull in two together like this. And make a flower there and then a stem coming down. So you need to darken that. Okay. And I think we need to fix up the, this here it looks like it's a bit crooked. We'll just bring that back over here a little bit, just so it looks like it's straight. And that's that. And I don't think there's anything much more I could show you. Just some nice little, say you put, let's see, put some white on. Yeah, let's do this for a second. Let's go with the heel toe brush. The angular brush, and let's put some red on the heel and white on the toe, and take your brush and touch. I hope you can see this. Touch with the toe up, touch, and then wiggle, 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 wiggle. Oops, look at that, I got water all over the brush. Too much water. Did you ever have one of those days where nothing seemed to go right? Okay, so touch up and down, 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 down, up and down. And I'm going to clean my brush better than that again. Now I'm going to try it again for you so you can see it, okay? Because it's kind of a cute little flower that you can put together. Alright, so I'll just tap that off. Not to worry. Just tap that off. Now that's not the way I wanted to come out, so I'm just going to get rid of that water. I'll leave that one there, and I'm going to clean my brush. And then when I do this, I'm going to leave you with the rest for yourself to do. Alright, I think I'm going to let you guys go ahead and have some fun. So I got red on the heel and white on the toe, and there we are. We'll start again. So that's that one there, but I folded up, but it's not bad. You could have a nice little top. So let's try, how about, oh I know, right here we got an empty space right here. So take, make sure you can see it, take your brush with the toe up, touch up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. That makes kind of a nice little flower. There we go, up and down, up and down, up and down, and you get a pretty little flower. So that's that one. You can have it in any colors that you want, and then you can take your brush then of course and put on your green and your bit of yellow and put a little stem on it so it looks like it's, you know, it's got a stem. So it looks, would have been nice if it had been falling the other way. So I think, you know, I think that's it, because there's tons of flowers there for you to play with, and I don't want to give you too much. So you play with that, and I may do some more videos on flowers separately by themselves. Just do one video on one flower so I can take my time, and I think I will do that. So you guys email me, allisonprior@yahoo.com, or leave a comment and let me know what flowers you would like me to paint. Then I'll put in one video on one flower. And if you got any other requests, this is a request that I had from somebody on YouTube, asked me to do flowers, and I hope that did help you. I hope you had fun and you enjoyed it. And so you guys go ahead and take your brush and put any colors you want on it all, on the heel and toe or whatever, and just lay down a few little flowers here and there. Just touch, 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 anywhere, and have some fun. Okay, so that's it from Allison Prior. And that's it for our flowers in the vase. I hope you enjoyed it, and happy painting.